So, gonna loop around the stake, come through this loop right here, and then you're gonna pull down. And what you're doing is then, just like we did with the bouncer earlier, you hold this with your fingers, you make a little loop around the backside. Can you see that?
Yep.
Hold this with your fingers right here. So I'm pulling down right here. I'm holding this with my fingers like that, so it's not going anywhere. I'm making a little small loop coming around the back, and then I'm pulling it, and I'm pulling it up like that. Okay? So that's not finished though. What we want to do is bring this back through, pull it a little bit, but not all the way, just enough so some kid can't come by and snap it like that. After that, you want to finish up this right down in there. Now what you have is tight. You've got this, you got the stake in the ground. It's pulling up, this is pulling down, it's going against this pole. It's all in opposite forces. Yeah. So it's pretty grounded that way. So you want to go do all the 4 or the other 5 just like that. When you're ready to, when you're done, all you gotta do is come back by here. You undo that, and there you go. That's out. And then the way you pull these out, leave some of that rope in there. Just come back this way, the same way that it went in, and it comes right out.
Nice.
That's it on that. After you got everything staked down all around, go back and check the eye bolts. If it's really windy outside, maybe we'll add a couple extra straps on here, put some stakes out on the windy side. So if you ever feel like it's windy and it's maybe we don't have enough stakes, we can always even use the cords from the bouncer. We can take those off and use those. So never leave something behind if you don't think it's safe. Call someone, say, hey, look, we need some more straps over here, or figure something out. But if it's not safe, if you don't feel like it's safe, don't leave it behind. So you would do that same thing. Go by, check all the legs, stake it down like that, do the tie off, then check all your bolts, make sure they're all tight, and you're good to go. So when you come back to break it down, keep in mind, if you take all the stakes out and it's windy, it could still take the tent off. So you might want to have somebody hold it down when you take all the stakes down. Maybe ask a customer or two if they're around. But when you're letting it down, same idea. If the wind's coming from this way, we don't want to let that side down first, because then we're opening it up to the wind like an umbrella for it to take it off. So if the wind's coming from this way, we want to let the side down that the wind's coming into, so that it will go over the top of it and won't get caught underneath it. So let's say the wind's coming from this way, then first thing you want to do, if you got 2 people, just take out this center one like that, and then everything's pretty much in reverse. Make sure you're together and letting it down at the same time. Ready? You also want to let it down at the same time so you don't bend the poles, just like you take it up at the same time. Okay, same with this side. Well, one good thing you can do while it's at this stage is, if you forget to do this, it's okay. It just makes it a little easier. You know, and I just made a mistake. I dropped the stake. While you have it up like this, you can get underneath it. You can go through, loosen all these up. If they're really tight, just grab one of these stakes, put it in, boom. So that way they're eye level, versus if it's all the way down, you got to go in reverse underneath it. So this makes it easier, so you can just walk through like this, knock these out, loop them all up. But if you forget to do that, that's fine. You're just gonna have to do it the other way when it's under the ground. All right, ready? So basically taking it apart, same way. Just want to break it down from one end to the other. So you can start at the corners. Just take the corner piece off. And you want to stick, if one's not coming out, so what you want to do when you're taking them apart, it makes it harder if you lift it up like this and you're trying to do it like that, because then everything's kind of getting kinked in. So you just want to stay where it's out on the ground, and it slides out a lot easier like that. It slides off a lot easier if you stay towards the ground when you're doing it. I want to show them something on those.
Oh, wrapping.
Just like you just were wrapping that, yeah. Sometimes you get a little dirt stuck in them. Okay, so when you get these, don't throw them just back in the box like this because they get all tangled up. Best thing to do, just go around some eye bolts like that. And then just go around back a couple times. That way, when you take them out, they're a lot easier to take apart. You just want to make sure that you make it as efficient as possible for the people setting up, for whoever's going to do this next, because they're having to set up in a certain amount of time, and it's a lot easier to get them all out of the box like this than have to work out tangles. Then get what you'll do, just like Matt's doing, get all of your poles in 6s, and once you got them in 6s, we'll start wrapping them. Is that wrapped in there?
It's in the van, inside. Oh, it's out there. Shit.
Perfect timing. Yeah. All right, let's wrap these and we're gonna get out of here. Okay, so it's a two-person kind of thing. Get your poles kind of even, best you can. One person will pick them up. You got them? Person picks them up like that. Other person just gets on the end. Do it around a couple times. Boom. All right. And then we got just the legs. So we're doing these all in 6s if I didn't already say that. So if you have 7 poles, you're gonna do 6 and leave one loose. So just because you have 7 poles, you don't want to wrap in 3 and 4. We always want to keep 6 consistent. Alright. And that's it. Next thing to do is just load it all up, get it in the van, get it secured so nothing's falling on anything else. We don't want to throw everything in there so we take a turn and it breaks and chairs fall on machines and break doors and glass and all that. So that's it.